If you live in BC, you can't predict the weather, but it's a pretty safe bet that at some point during wildfire season, you're going to run into some poor air quality. So if you have tickets to, say, an outdoor concert, you might want to come up with a backup plan.
No serious climate scientist thinks that this is just a random thing. The chance of a fire season, at least for some period of the summer, is high. And it's almost that if you don't get a fire that significantly affects Metro Vancouver this summer, we'd be a little bit surprised and feel lucky.
When air quality gets bad, studies show that masks can make a big difference.
Mask use on the higher pollution days is actually something that's reasonable to do, especially for people that are outside and exercising. The evidence is better and it's worth considering.
Not all masks are created equal. Some offer more protection than others. Experts recommend getting one with the N95 logo on it. Most wildfires, nearly 60%, are caused by lightning strikes, but an awful lot are caused by people. Belcarra's Mayor Neil Belenky knows that better than most. He spent 10 years as a volunteer firefighter. He's sick and tired of people acting carelessly.
Young males seem to make the worst decisions when it comes to fire responsibility, and so we find that we deal with a lot of different fires as a result of all the publicly accessible areas.
Every year we hear warnings about throwing your cigarettes, and every year people do it anyway. If you live in the interior, the Okanagan, or another hot and dry part of the province, the fire risk is obvious. But there's a real risk here in Metro Vancouver, too. And that's why you want to take all the precautions you can to make sure your home is safe.
There needs to be a way from the fire to transfer from the underbrush and the trees to burn a structure. And if you want to reduce that risk, getting the trees, the overhanging trees that are going to drop the burning embers, and the bushes that are up against the side of the house, clear that area around the house.
Every year, the BC government sets a wildfire budget, and just about every year, the BC government blows right through that budget. Take 2017. $63 million was set aside for fighting wildfires, and the province wound up spending nearly 10 times that much.
We have contingency funds each year set aside in case of extreme conditions and natural disasters. I just want to reassure the people of BC that the funding will be there for public safety.
BC's annual wildfire budget has now been increased dramatically, but the province says no matter what that final number is, they'll spend whatever it takes to keep people safe. Jesse Johnston, CBC News.